Hello guys and welcome to a new video. After a very long wait, it is finally time to show you guys my Dokomi 2025 convention vlog and review. The Dokomi convention is the biggest gathering of anime and manga fans in Germany every year, with over 213,000 people attending in 2025. The Dokomi convention offers a really big program ranging over 3 days from Friday to Sunday, with one of the biggest artist alleys in Europe, with over 700 artist alley tables this year alone. I think the convention at this point spans over 10 or 11 different halls. And while I want to take you along and show you a little bit of how my Dokomi convention weekend has been, I also want to touch on the subject of artists attending the convention and tabling at the convention, and if the convention is actually for you. This is our booth for the Dokomi convention. We don't have any tables, but we're stealing tables from another booth right now. Not stealing, she didn't need them. Ours now looking like absolute garbage already, but I guess that's setup day for you. I'm gonna have a small look around hall 3 because we're still missing one of our tables. So I'm gonna have a look around until that arrives, and then hopefully the setup can be done super quick. Almost 9 p.m. The booth is a state of disarray. We tried our best, I guess. The problem is I simply have too many products. Lauf, Laura, lauf! I simply have too many products and we are not done yet. This area looks really nice. We do have all the bags that we currently still have in stock. They're over here, and then we have pins, enamel pins, stickers and stuff here. We also made a little grid wall, so if you come from the side you can see the posters and prints. Then the BunBun enamel pins are gonna go in here. We have the Bun machine, stickers, washi tapes, keychains, enamel pins, sticker sheets. We have postcards, we have sticker books, which I want to have multiple ones here. And then there's still socks missing, t-shirts missing, the drawing book missing, and then we also have some plushies. We have the throw blankets, which you can also see in the background. We do have the mouse pads. Okay guys, it's day 1. We are officially open. The Dokomi also just opened. It's been a little bit stressful today, but a lot better than yesterday where setup was. Everything is looking very cute. We are super happy with it, and I hope the day is gonna go well. So the con has been open for a little bit over an hour today. I am a little bit stressed because I have some work commitments today, so I won't be at the booth a lot, but there's a lot of people here. Woo. Essen. Wir kriegen Essen.
Perfect. Okay, then I sit in the middle. You're a founder and managing director of the BunBun shop.
I have been going to school, but afterwards I already knew what I wanted to do. I just got into the field I wanted to do, and that was becoming an artist. But it's cute, it's for everyday life, and that's something that I also wanted to create. I wanted to make sure that I have a brand that can resonate with a lot of different people. But at the end of the day, it's obviously always been because I love doing it. Advice I have is, if you do it and you're starting to do it, 2 things people don't really think about is streamlining is something that you need at one point to focus on. It's very easy to burn out. Streamline processes if you can. It's nice to build something, it's nice to dream big. Steady and slow. Make sure to, don't overdo it. Don't overwork yourself.
Mit dem?
Hi guys, it's convention day 2. It is Saturday at Dokomi. Yesterday was kinda all over the place, but we managed and it was actually a really successful day. Today is the main visitor day. I'm really excited to see how it's gonna go. We are already running low on a few items, especially blankets are going crazy. I'm super excited to see if they actually sell out. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone today and I hope it's gonna be a super awesome day 2. Hello guys, I promised more updates. I forgot, it's like 4 p.m. now. I'm laying underneath the table. I don't know what's wrong with me. I have so amazing helpers, they're actually helping a lot. And I'm actually not even doing that much, but I'm just so done. The convention so far on Saturday now is really good. We sold out of 3 of our 5 blankets. We have 2 left, which we don't have a lot of anymore. So for tomorrow it's gonna be really stressful. Also, we're getting low on shoulder and mini bags. I don't know, did I miscalculate? Maybe I miscalculated this year a lot. Day 2 is officially over. Our blankets are all sold out. Tomorrow we're gonna sell the displays. Other than that, we are very low on our gacha bun enamel pins. Socks are also going really well. They're almost gone. And I think sticker books are running low as well. So it's going really well. Also, I think the blanket hoodies, they are almost gone. They might not even come to the online shop much anymore because they are sold out. Should I do more of them? Let me know in the comments. Hi guys, it's day 3, Dokomi, last day. I'm so happy. It has been a lot more manageable in comparison to the last 2 years since we are in the fashion area this year. We have like this really big hallway space between us and the booth, which is really nice. So when people come up to the booth, it's not too crowded, which is something that happens always in the artist alley because the halls are just much smaller. No, not the halls. Wie heißt das? Paths. Because the paths are just a lot smaller. So that's something that we really enjoyed. We also have a lot more space behind the booth, which has helped for us be more organized. I think I talked about it already, but the blankies are gone. I could have taken easily 200 more, and I think those would have been gone too. So yeah, it's a good day. I hope we sell out on a few more things because I don't want to take anything home with me. guys, welcome to Behind the Booth. My editor thought it was a really good idea to do a Q&A on the Dokomi, and I'm so tired at this point, I'm just doing what I'm getting told. Because we got a bunch of questions. Which bun do you like the most? I think the obvious answer would be BunBun, because it's just the OG. It's my first bunny that I made, and I love BunBun. I also really like Bunsen and Bishop. I think the fan favorite is probably Bagel. A lot of people love Bagel. And we got another fun one, which is your favorite pin design. One of my favorite ones is the clown enamel pin from the Buns with Jobs series. I do, however, like a lot of my pins, so it's really hard to choose, but this one has a special place in my heart. How would you recommend advertising for a small starting business? I always have a little bit of trouble giving advice to how to advertise for yourself, especially with social media. It's always changing, and in the past couple of years with AI and how algorithms are changing, it's kind of hard to make good predictions. I also know that it can be a little bit difficult to find your niche and get recognition. In general, I would say I think social media is a great place to start. Always look at the people who are bigger than you and what they are doing, what seems to be working for them, and there's nothing wrong in taking inspiration from that. How long did it take you to plan, design, and organize your Black Witch collection? Around a year, I would say. This is a standard time frame for bigger collections, unless it's something small like enamel pins, but even those is normally 3 to 6 months depending on the size of the collection. So for the Black Witch collection, I started doing all of the artwork for it last summer and having the idea of just having a limited run collection. So the idea behind it is because I have limited space, I kind of thought that a limited edition project would be a good idea. This is also really good to test the waters and try new designs. And then I went on to actually doing a little bit of research to make sure that the product can actually be produced. I also got the product types made to make sure that everything looks the way I want it to before announcing the collection, and then actually offering it for pre-order. So that then happened in October. You ordered the entire collection. Production is around 2 to 3 months plus shipping. This collection actually has been delayed twice. The collection has been stuck multiple times, both in shipping, then in customs, now in transition. It's a whole thing, but it will be here once I come home from Dokomi. It should finally arrive. Someone is asking a really good question. What products tend to sell the least? Okay, the thing is, my booth has gotten really big and there's a lot of different things to see, and I also sell really large items, so people normally gravitate to those products first. We do, however, have a few products that are very small. Those are the ones that normally don't sell too well. One of these products is washi tapes. I just don't really know how to sell them. They go extremely slow at every convention. Only a few get sold every time. So washi tape is definitely on the list of the least selling products, followed by our notebooks. If I'm gonna do notebooks again, I would go for a little bit of a different layout and design, and I think in that case they would actually be selling much better. Do you get any time to take a break or explore the venue? Okay, so I'm sitting here right now. I guess that's basically my break. Normally I do not. It always depends on the convention. While we are at Dokomi this year, 2025, I actually took quite a lot of breaks. I have 5 very capable and extremely skilled helpers, and you can definitely notice that there is a routine. They know my stock, they know my product. Finally now, after 5 years, I can actually take a break at a convention. It's mostly only me or one more helper, and in that case we don't really take many breaks. But for this convention it was really nice to just lay down for a little bit because I wasn't feeling too well. How do you estimate how much of each product to bring along to a convention, I assume? It's kind of hard. It's a little bit of trial and error. The first thing I do is normally check up on how big the convention is, and based on that I allocate how much product I want to bring. I typically bring quite a lot in comparison to other artists because I don't travel with train. I always travel by car or we take a truck. I know it can be a little bit more difficult for people who are kind of reliant on taking public transportation because there's only so much you can take, but because I don't have this limitation, I try to bring as much as possible. Someone is using the gachapon machine. Give me a second. Okay, so as an example for the Dokomi, because I know this is my biggest convention of the year, I this year brought 250 BunBun throw blankets, which was too little. They sold out in 1.5 days. I think I could have easily brought 400. Also for the bags, we normally bring around 20 to 30 of each bag. For enamel pins, I normally try to bring around 20 of each individual item. That's also quite a lot. As for smaller products like stationery, washi tape, stickers and keychains, I normally just take a bunch and just grab, take it. It's always enough. How do you handle, how often do you encounter theft at a convention or market? So I don't want to jinx anything, but I'm extremely lucky that people are normally not stealing from me. I've actually never noticed a single person ever stealing something, since we are more than one person, like multiple people, and I have helpers. There's always people watching out for the products on display. Most of the items are display items, and we give the individual products out to our customers. And then we got one in German, but I'm gonna say it in English. How do you afterwards relax from the stress? And I don't have a really good answer for that because I normally don't. Every convention I tell myself I want 2 days. Every convention after the con I want 2 days to relax, but I never really get that because there's always stuff that got pushed aside before convention because we are packing and organizing everything and getting everything ready. I just enjoy being home again. That normally helps, just like sitting down, drinking coffee and just, I don't know, spending time with my dogs and my son is really nice. I also noticed that just not being on social media after is super great. It helps my mental health a lot. I think that was all questions. Thank you so much for asking these. I'm tired. Get me out of here. Get me out. So with all of that out of the way, this was my entire Dokomi weekend. I definitely had the chance to talk to some of my friends, and I heard a few different things this year that I didn't really consider beforehand. The convention is extremely big, and some of my fellow art colleagues said that they felt that they were overlooked. And while I always talk very positively about the Dokomi convention, it's my favorite convention of the year, I also want to obviously acknowledge that this convention might not be for everyone, especially if you are a smaller artist. I don't want younger artists or artists who are just starting out tabling at convention to get blindsided by bigger artists or more experienced artists who are doing a lot of prep work for the Dokomi before the convention even happens. I know it's very easy to get swept up in the idea that you need to bring this much product because I'm bringing this much product, but then I also see some artists be very upset that the sales are not nearly as good as they expected them to be. I think it's always very important before you attend a convention, and that doesn't go for Dokomi, but for any convention, to make sure that you know your audience and you know the space that you are getting into. As mentioned, the Dokomi convention has over 700 tabling artists in the artist alley alone. They also have the fashion hall, which I was in. There's also some artists that were situated in the dealers hall this year. So it's probably more like 800-900 artists that are tabling at the Dokomi convention. And yes, with this amount of competition, it can easily feel like that you are getting overlooked in the crowd. There's a lot of things that play a role in making sure that you can make sales at the convention, including the position in the Artist Alley Hall, then your overall setup, if you are participating in stamp rallies or don't participate in stamp rallies. It's very hard to pinpoint what might make or break a convention like this for you, but it's always good to acknowledge that a huge convention like this also means that your customer base is more diluted because you're basically fighting with other artists over who gets the sale. Obviously, you shouldn't see every other artist as competition. I don't do so, and I know a lot of my friends who just enjoy the convention itself. But I also understand that it can become frustrating when everyone advertises the Dokomi as being the convention. The good thing about the Dokomi convention is, considering its size, it still has very reasonable single artist booths that only cost around 300 euros, if I'm not wrong. But if you also put into account that you need to make your products and also need to maybe pay for travel and hotel, I know that the cost can rack up. It's easy to say that the Dokomi could cost you around 1,000 euros in total expenses, and if you have a hard time to actually break even, I understand that the experience might not be a good one. But before you sign up for the Dokomi convention in 2026, look at the product range that you are currently offering. Look at how much you actually very realistically think you can make at a convention, and understand that at the end of the day, you are competing with a lot of very skilled artists who are obviously also there to earn their living. The Dokomi convention obviously holds a very special place in my heart, and that's not only because of the sales I make and the amount of money I make over the weekend. I've known the Dokomi since 2014, and it's always been a great place to meet up with friends and share the love for the same hobby. I am saddened to see that some artists came up to me and said it was very hard to be noticed at the Dokomi. I was a beginner at one point as well. To be fair, the Dokomi and other conventions at that point were a lot smaller, but I understand the feeling of either only breaking even or even going home with a loss. And I understand that the financial distress you can come into by ordering a lot of products and then not selling can be very overwhelming and devastating. I would always advise to check out smaller conventions first. The anime and manga space has never been bigger than now in Germany, and there might be smaller conventions and they might not be as well known, but check out your area, try not to travel too far, and don't bring too much stock for an event that you are checking out for the first time. And as for the Dokomi convention itself, if you get accepted, just see it as a fun experience, because that's what it is supposed to be at the end of the day. I also intended to give a little bit of a haul at the end of the video, as I do with all of my convention vlogs, but since I bought a lot of things at the Dokomi this year and they're kind of scattered around the house, I think we gotta skip it this time. Overall, I just want to say thank you guys so much for visiting me at the Dokomi convention or just supporting me in general. I also hope I see you guys again for next week's video. Leave a comment or like if you want to, and maybe we can talk in the comments down below. Bye bye.